So here's a quiz for you. What do you think is the #1 keystone habit in happy families? Yeah, over here.
Eating dinner together.
You are right. Eating together. And not just dinner. The more meals they eat together, the healthier a family you'll have. Children do better in school. They have better communication skills, better problem-solving skills. They do homework better. The parents fight less. I mean, it just goes on and on. So sometimes when we work with people, part of what we do is we say, why don't you just eat together? They're expecting parenting books and all sorts of things. It's such a keystone habit. What's the keystone habit for parents to help their children excel in school?
Reading. Help them with their home schedule.
All those things are good. The #1 is to read to them when they're little. The more you read to them, and when my kids were little, we had to log how many books we were reading. Smart educators, #1 keystone habit. It affects everything. Because when kids are read to, they learn the vocabulary skills, they learn the problem-solving skills, they learn, and it drives everything else. Here's a good one. What is the keystone habit for losing weight?
No Diet Pepsi.
What is it? No Diet Pepsi is a good one. Drink more water. There's only one habit that's been known to work. Food journaling. That's exactly what Weight Watchers has you do. Is basically you keep track of everything you eat. And you will lose weight. And by the way, there's a wonderful app you can download. There's several, but the one that I like to use is called Lose It. It's free. You download it, you keep track of everything you eat. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm just throwing nuts in my mouth, or, I love it around Christmas time. I mean, really, you eat stuff you would never eat any other time. And my experience is anything sitting next to the coffee pot at work, doesn't matter how stale it is, it will be popped in somebody's mouth. Isn't that true? Including mine. Whoops, I'm going to back up. So, I want to ask you one more time to text, what is the #1 keystone habit for success? The #1 keystone habit for success. Go ahead and fax your answers or text your answers. The number is 22333, and I've got up there different choices: prayer, meditation, balanced diet, sleeping 7 to 8 hours, or exercise. What is the #1 keystone habit for success? Somebody goes, sleeping. Moves around as people text in. Isn't this a great program? I just think this is so much fun. With small groups, by the way, you can do it for free. With larger groups, there's a small monthly fee that you pay to do polling everywhere. Have we got almost everybody? We still got a few people texting. Looks like most of this group wants to stay in bed. And there is research on that, of course, that the ideal amount of sleep is 7.5 to 8.5. Less than that isn't good, more than that isn't good. Personally, I need just a smidgen more than that. But sleep is not a keystone habit. It's an important habit. Prayer is also not a keystone habit. The #1 keystone habit is exercise. Absolutely essential. The research shows over and over again that people that exercise start eating better. They become more productive at work. Every workplace in America should be starting their day with exercise with the employees. And there should be a lunchtime exercise. And that's the way we should be running our schools. There was an interesting study done where kids would study something and then they were given 20 minutes to just run around, and then they'd come back and study something else and then get 20 minutes to run around. They had better retention, better productivity. It's like it hooked into a different part of the brain. So, question for you, what's the first thing they cut out in the school system? Exercise, yeah, Phi-Ed, exercise. When this is the keystone habit for living. And we don't train people in it either, for the most part. People who exercise smoke less, or they quit smoking entirely. They tend to be more patient with their family. Now that's interesting, isn't it? And I think part of it is we're not as antsy, we're not as anxious. We're sleeping better, we're sleeping more soundly. They use credit cards less. Isn't that kind of interesting, though? People who exercise use credit cards less. Well, me, I run through the mall and charge more, but yeah. I'm just giving you the research. I don't know exactly what the connection is, but they use credit cards less. They feel less stress. Exercise is the primary keystone habit for success. Now, some of you are saying, well, great, but I don't like to exercise. I'm successful without it. Well, think of how successful you'd be with it. The hardest part of exercise, see, exercise is sort of easy because very quickly you can get a reward from it. You can match up the cue and the reward. So the hardest part of exercising is getting started. Or if you fall off the wagon, like you're sick, or you have something else happen, you move, or your job gets busy, how do you get back on? And that's very simple. You just do it. And if you have trouble doing it, you sign up for a class. You sign up and with a personal trainer. You get an accountability partner that you go together with. You do something to get off square one so it becomes, and fortunately becomes a habit very quickly. You can create an exercise habit within 4 weeks. So, my message to all of you, if you don't have an exercise program, it's the number one habit you need to have. I want to thank you for being here. I'm going to take questions from people if you have questions. Oh, thank you.